and keep this very simple. I like to keep my trading as simple as possible. You never want to complicate your trading, because trust me, that will lead to losses. You want to keep it very simple and have a set of rules that you stick to. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna go over this trade, and I wanted to go over this trade because I did something that I wouldn't or shouldn't normally do, which was I traded with the trend and against the trend. And you never want to trade against the trend, because you definitely have a lower success rate. You always want to trade with the trend. So basically, if price is going up, you probably want to look for buy opportunities. If price is going down, you want to be selling the market. So you want to trade with the trend, guys. The trend is your friend. All right, but this time around, I was really confident in my analysis, which was stupid of me, because nothing is a guarantee in the market. You can have the best analysis ever and the market will still go against you. It's just one of those things, a part of trading. And I've learned that and accepted it. And yeah, so you always want to keep it very simple. And enough blabbering, I'm going to go over this right now. Okay, so I took the trade on the 1 hour chart. So we're on the daily right now. So let me just go on the 1 hour. Let's clear up everything. All right, nice clean empty chart. Now, as you can see, guys, on the 1 hour, price was making lower lows and lower highs. So it was a downtrend. As you can see, from here to here, it was a straight downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, all throughout this entire area, right? I wasn't in the market at this time. I was basically watching the market. Now, right here was where I started to watch the market, because as you can see, when price came up, it broke this low, would be a lower high. It broke this lower high and created a high. Now, when a high was created, I'm looking for a higher low to be formed, and that's exactly what it did. Price came down and created a higher low. So this low was higher than this low. Sorry, this low was higher than this low, so it's a higher low. So what I did, and of course it made a push up. So what I did, I drew my trend line from this point right here to touch this point right here, where the market retraced and went back up, and dragged it across. Right? So the price pushed up, broke structure basically, came down, I wouldn't say test trend line because we wouldn't have drawn a trend line yet, created a higher low, and then pushed to the upside. Right? So what I was looking for was basically a break of this trend line. Once the price broke the trend line, I knew that I'm looking for a sell opportunity, and that's exactly what happened. So let's zoom into this area. As you can see, I was there watching it. This is the 1 hour time frame, so each candle represents 1 hour. Now, when price broke this trend line, I'm like, okay, I'm looking for a sell opportunity. But what rookie traders would do is, when this candle formed below the trend line, meaning that the trend line was broken, they would sell the market, which is absolutely wrong. You're going to have, as I said, a much lower success rate if you trade like that. Patience is such a big thing in trading, and I've learned it, that you need to just wait for the trades to come to you. You need to wait for the setups. So rookie traders would automatically sell the market once it broke the trend line, but you always want to wait for a retest. The market always, okay, let me not say that. The market doesn't always make a retest, but you want to wait for that retest. Personally, if I don't see a retest, I'm not entering. So I've definitely missed trades because of that. I've had trades where the price pushed up, broke the trend line, didn't give me a retest, and just dropped. And I'm like, damn, if I had just sold it right here, I'd have had all this profit. But no, you never want to. I personally don't. I have to have a retest of the area. No. I was looking for 2 areas where price could possibly retest. I'm going to tell you why. I was looking for this area, and I was also looking for about this area. Okay, and this area, because if I had seen some rejection in this area, that would have mean that that is a head and shoulder pattern, which signifies sells. So if I see rejection right here, I'm definitely going to enter for a sell and put my stop loss above the highest wick, right? But there's also another area that we can't ignore, and that's why we wait for rejection. There's another area that we can't ignore, which is this area right here, which is the trend line. Because really and truly, we're supposed to wait for a retest of the trend line, which has happened to me before. I thought it would have formed a head and shoulder pattern. I sold here, market went against me. It retested the trend line, I went down. That's what happened in another trade that I was in, and I lost the trade because I didn't wait for it to test the trend line. So you want to wait for rejection. So I saw that it formed rejection right in this area, and let me show you where the rejection was. This wick right here to the upside, which is basically the same zone that I highlighted on this side, which is the right shoulder. This is the left shoulder, this is the right shoulder. It gave me a long wick at the top, which shows rejection. Then it gave me this inside bar, that's what I would call it. So I entered on the close of this candle right here. So when I entered on the close, it had me in about 11 pip drawdown, the most 13 pips, right? And all of this was profit. All of this. But then something interesting happened, right? So I was in profit the whole time, basically just riding the trade. But then I realized that right here, all of right here, long wicks at the bottom, it's finding a lot of rejection in this zone right here. So this zone where it's finding a lot of rejection, I just highlighted it. So I realized that right here was a previous resistance. So I dragged this zone across. I dragged the zone across and I realized, this could be a buy area, because if price had broken the trend line, retested, and made a push to the downside, then what? If it broke structure to the downside, then it has to form a lower high, meaning this high would be lower than this high. I think I'm not highlighting it. This high is lower than this high, right? So if it's giving me rejection to the downside, then there's a possibility that I could be looking for buy opportunities, but I can't solely go off that notion. I have to also have other confirmations. So what I did, I looked to the left and I realized this zone is a zone that is always being tested. Price is always struggling around this area. If I drag this across, you can see price is always doing some folly in that area, and I'm sure if I go even further across, you will see that price is always either consolidating or straight bouncing off that zone. So what I did, I saw that there was a lot of rejection to the downside, resistance becomes support. I went to a lower time frame. I think I went on the 30-minute. It would have been the 15-minute. I went to the 15-minute time frame and I think I entered on this engulfing. So this bullish engulfing at a zone that is forming long wicks at the bottom, which shows rejection, to me says that there's a lot of buyers in the market in this area. Long rejection here, long wicks to the bottom. So this is telling me that there's a lot of buyers. Plus there is that hole, which is very factual, resistance becomes support. So price came up, found resistance, pushed down. Price broke, came all the way down, find support. Resistance becomes support. So I'm now looking for buy opportunities. So when I entered the market, I entered, let me tell you the price that I entered. I don't want to lie. I'm going to go in my MetaTrader 4 very quick. Bear with me, guys. I entered at 80640. So 80640 would be basically right here. Let me draw the line. 640, basically right there, which was the close of that engulfing, I believe. If not right here, then I entered right here. But all this pip, all this profit. So this was a very simple trade. After a while and experience, you realize that all you need to trade successfully is patience. You need to just wait for the setups to come to you. So this is a setup I personally love. I trade the setup a lot. It's called break and retest. But for me to take this, I had too much confirmation for me not to take this trade. This was a head and shoulder pattern. Let me highlight it for you guys. This was the left shoulder. This was the right shoulder. And this was the head. Perfect head and shoulder pattern. I got a break and retest right here, and I got an inside candlestick pattern. Inside candlestick pattern means basically that after price pushed up, price had a difficult time in pushing further up, so it kind of consolidated in the zone, meaning it's basically finding rejection. And also there was this wick to the upside that showed us that price was trying to go up but couldn't. Definitely struggled. So you know, we got that push to the downside. Okay, very simple setup, guys. It's nothing hard. You just really need to wait on the trade to come to you. And I think, you know, funny, I think there is another confirmation that I had for this trade. Let me see if it was a fib. So let me just clear this before, and let me draw my fib from here to here. Yep, right in the zone. So I trade fibs. Fibs basically, it measures retracements and gives you the price reversal zone. This 61.8 zone right here, that is a golden zone. I've won so many trades trading from that zone. Once price pushes down and then pushes up and finds rejection in this zone with a candlestick pattern, sell. I mean, enter. That's what I'm talking about. Enter, and you simply put your stop loss above this wick. All right, so that, along with the head and shoulder, along with the rejection to the upside, along with the break and retest of the trend line, it was automatic that I was very confident in this trade. And this trade as well, where I showed you that resistance became support, was also a good trade to me. It wasn't a long-term trade. It was basically me finessing the market, I gotta sell immediately, a buy, because the market moves in waves. Down, up, down, up, down, up. That's how the market moves. Even though it's going down, how it moves is down, up, down, up. So yeah, guys, that was basically it. And I hope you learned something. I hope I didn't use too many jargons. I hope you guys learned something. I hope something became clear for you guys. I'm gonna try and do this every week if possible. If not, breakdown charts, just go over trades that I won or trades that I lost. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible, because I love, as a matter of fact, to go over my losing trades. I love going over my losing trades because that's where I learn the most. And when I just started trading, I used to always hear traders say that, and I was like, ugh, yeah, whatever. But I swear to God, I learned so much. I learned way more from my losing trades than I do from my winning trades. So even though I love that profit and I love my winning trades, I love my losers too, because I learn a lot. And I remain coachable. I always want to learn. I always want to better this craft. You always want to learn, period. Whatever skill set you're doing. So yeah, guys, that was my trade for Euro New Zealand. I want you guys to subscribe and share and like, especially if you're a trader and you want to learn. You can definitely benefit from this channel because I will be putting out more content. So just subscribe, guys, so when I post videos, you'll be the first to see it. We can break down charts. You can ask me questions in the comments. Just hit me up where I'm ready to work, I'm ready to share, I'm ready to learn. and I just want us both to benefit from this YouTube experience that I'm now engaging. All right, so peace, guys.